welcome to the Healthy Happy Hour. Today we're making a crustless spinach quiche, cheesy quiche. We're going to be doing that. And you know what? I've already got one in the oven. I'm going to pull it out now. This is kind of unusual. I'm going to show you the finished product before we actually bake one. So this one is just finished up here. It's coming out of the oven right now. Look at how good that looks. Now we got to let that firm up for a few minutes. Then we're going to be cutting some wedges out of that, and Debbie and I are going to be enjoying this. I can see Debbie licking her chops now. She is getting ready for that. All right, so here's how you do it. Follow along with me if you want. Remember, if you just hit the like button, I will send you the recipe. So let's get started. We're going to take a red bell pepper. We need 1 cup of red bell pepper. That's going to be a good half of this red bell pepper, maybe a little more than that. So we're just going to cut this little rascal out right here.
Lee Parson is watching.
Hey, Lee, I hope you're doing well. I heard you had a good report from Christian. I'm so glad to hear that. By the way, Christian is an Elvis impersonator.
Oh.
And he did very well in the Elvis impersonation contest a couple of weeks back. So I told him we need to try to get him for one of the senior adult moments or the children or something in our church. I'm not sure children would be interested in Elvis, but the senior adults certainly would.
Yes, they would.
We need to see if we can get Christian involved.
Lee says yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Lee, you going to be racing this Saturday night? Got the car back together?
Catherine Connor's watching.
Catherine, hey, I hope you're doing well. You know, Catherine used to work with us at Livonia Speedway. I'll be back, by the way. Yeah, out of retirement. I'll be back at Livonia Speedway this Saturday night announcing. So, yeah, retirement is not doing well on me.
Well, Lee says he's going to be there.
Lee, you're going to be at Livonia. You're going to be at Toccoa, though, aren't you?
He just says yes, sir.
Yeah, he'll be there with Robbie and them at Toccoa, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of Lee's sponsors is El Patron Mexican Restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing another show there on the 31st of August on that Thursday night. So we look forward to being there with Robert at El Patron. And, of course, I think that night we're going to be highlighting all of the staff members at Toccoa Raceway. So they'll all be in action there that night, too. So we look forward to all your favorite people from Toccoa Raceway there.
Including you?
Who?
Including you?
Well, I'm hosting the show, so
okay.
kind of hard for me to not be there whenever I'm hosting the thing. All right, so we got what we got here. Not quite a cup. I tell you what we're going to do.
Let's do the whole
Since
thing.
We're close here, yeah, sweetheart, let's just do the whole thing. Now, this is cheesy spinach. So the spinach is just a box of spinach. You know how you buy a box of just frozen spinach? Well, I bought that box. I've got it thawed. And so we're going to be putting that in there also. So there we're going to push that down and call that a cup, okay? 4 scallions. You know what? I went to the grocery store the other day and I asked them for. I was wanting shallots, and I said, "Where are your scallions?" Thinking I was saying shallots, and they carried me right over to these, and I felt so bad. I got a pack, and then after the girl left the produce department, I went and put them back, and then went and got my shallots that I was looking for. That was one of those oops moments. I have a lot of those.
Richard Whitworth is watching.
Hey, Richard, hope you're doing well. Debbie says I say I hope you're doing well too much, but I do hope y'all are doing well. I got to figure out a different thing to say. Just say hey and let it go.
How are you tonight?
How are you tonight, Richard? Hope you're doing well. By the way, PJ has made himself known. He's over here. Yeah, he's doing his thing.
There he is. There's the boy.
So the scallions will go in there as well. We'll get about another half a cup. Four
got vegetables flying out the
yeah, got stuff happening here. And this is a clean counter, believe me. So I'm just going to put them back in there. Don't want to waste anything. All right, so we're going to start some medium heat here. We're going to get a little skillet going over medium heat. Going to put 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. That's all, just 1 teaspoon in there. And we're going to fry those suckers up. So we're going to get that going. And just so y'all know, Debbie is not feeling well today. She is doing yeoman's work here. She has been in the bed all day with her tummy bothering her. And so
I have what they call GERD.
She's got GERD, yeah.
Sounds terrible.
I'm sure that stands for something. I'm not sure exactly what. But anyway, she thinks she can have something bland, and we think that this magnificent quiche will be bland. So we're gonna hope that's gonna be bland enough for her. All right, so we got some oil going in here. That's a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. Now in here go our veggies. Now this is just bell pepper and scallions right now. And that's going to
Are you using garlic tonight?
I am. Garlic is going to go in. We don't want to put the garlic in too soon. It's liable to burn. So we don't want to put the garlic in too quickly.
That I've learned.
Let me get that sucker down well. I'm not sure that the correct culinary term is that sucker, but anyway, we're going to go with that.
That's fine.
And we're going to just chop that up lightly. And again, I sharpened my knife today. It is extremely sharp, so I don't want to get the little tip ends of my fingers in there.
No, let's please not do that. That will make me sick.
So we're going to mince this thing up like this. And for those of you, if you ever want, and I'm going to do this just to show you how, but if you ever want to make like a garlic paste, I can do this because I'm going to cut the salt down.
What are you putting on?
This is kosher salt.
Okay.
You take kosher salt and you just do this. You just use that as an abrasive.
Mm.
And it just gets that down to a paste when you keep on going with it. So that's the way you make a garlic paste if you need something that doesn't have the chunks of garlic in it.
Thank you, Richard, for your prayers.
Yeah, thanks, Richard. We appreciate that.
I need them today. I do.
I don't know how many of you watched my Your Life Matters on Sunday night, but I've had well over 1,000 views, I think it is, on that, and so many people reached out to us. Guys, I am praying for you. If you're in a situation like I was in, and I'm not going to go into it, but go back and watch Your Life Matters from this past Sunday night. It's on YouTube as well as on my Facebook page. Something I've been struggling with, and I was just going to put it out there for the world to see, so I hope y'all will look at it, and I hope it'll be a benefit for you. That's why I did it, as benefit for you. Just one of those things that I hope you'll join us this Sunday night, every Sunday night.
At 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock, I do Your Life Matters. And this week I'm going to be covering something very special, and two things we do. We talk about the things that matter to you most, and then we also have a little bit of motivational time. I want you to know that your life matters. That's why I talk to each of you. I can't do it on the radio show, obviously, because we're on the air. I can't really talk to everybody I see on Facebook because I can't alienate the radio crowd. So you understand how that is. But that's why on here I try to speak to everybody because you matter to me. Every one of these friends that I've got on Facebook, every one of you matter to me, and I appreciate you. And I learn from you. I learn part of your life as to what's going on. It's amazing what social media has done for us. All right,
Randy Zimmerman is watching,
Randy
and so
Zimmerman.
is Lee
Randy,
Carson.
man, I hope you're feeling better. Randy was involved in a terrible truck accident.
Oh, no.
And and he's had some issues. And he's having to work on some things. And Randy, I just hope you're getting better. And we wanted to get you over to the house one night and sit and talk, and we just haven't had a chance to do that. But Randy Zimmerman, great guy.
Lee Parson is also watching.
Well, Lee was watching earlier.
Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. I'm not really with it tonight.
While this is going on, let's go ahead and get this done over here. We need to let that go for just a little while. Here's the next element of this.
Isn't that pretty?
Pardon me?
Isn't that pretty?
Oh, yeah, that is pretty. And it smells so good, so fragrant.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put 3 eggs. So the eggs are going to go in. And I have learned, my mother used to crack it on the side like that, but you get little bits of eggshell when you do that. So I always crack it on the surface and then put it in. And of course, you can do the old one-handed thing and do it like that. But I usually break the yolk when I do that. And look at that. Even got some yolk in there. Of course, shell in there. When you got shell in there, best way to get it out is with shell. And just as I say that, my shell is not wanting to get it out.
Stacy Coker's watching.
Hey, Stacy, man, haven't heard from you in a while. Hope you're doing okay. See, I changed it up. Not you're doing well. I hope you're doing okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we got that in there. Now, it also calls for 4 egg whites. So here's what I did. I bought these cool little Bob Evans egg whites at Quality Foods. By the way, Quality Foods, Town Plaza Shopping Center, Tacoma, our sponsor for this. And I did a little Google search. 1.05 ounces is what's in a regular egg as far as egg white, the part of the egg white. So that means I need 4.20 ounces. So we're going to get as close to 4.20 as we can. .2. Okay, that's going to be our egg white. So that is the whites of 4 eggs, supposedly. So that goes into the mix as well.
You could be Professor Proton tonight.
How many of you know Professor Proton from Sheldon? All right, and so now into this, we'll go, where's my whisk? We're going to whisk into this a number of things. So first of all, we're going to whisk this together. Break those yolks up really good. You know, I learned something about whisking. We all want to do like this. All that does is just follow the stuff around. To really whisk, you go back and forth. That is the most efficient way. Yeah, get a little air in it. Froth it up. That's what whisking's all about, is frothing it up.
Ginger Edwards is watching.
Ginger, hey, I hope you're doing well. I wonder, how did TJ do Saturday night? I wondered. I never did hear. I know that Trey Pilgrim got the win. I want to try to locate him for the show this week, by the way. Looking forward to having Trey on there, but I did find out how TJ went. This is low-fat sour cream. I believe it's a third of a cup. I think I'll have to go back and look at my recipe. Anyway, like it, and I'll send you the recipe. You'll have all of this written down. So we're going to put that in there. Now, we got a half teaspoon of salt. Remember, I always suggest using Morton's Light 50% less sodium. That is so important for those of us that are watching our health. We got an eighth of a teaspoon, and let me get these hard nodules out of there, of nutmeg.
I have a name that is plaguing me here. Lisa, and her last name is Polenz, P-O-H-L-E-N-Z. How would you say that?
I would say Polenz.
Polenz?
Yeah. And Lisa, I don't know you, but thank you for tuning in. We appreciate that. Okay, now the star of the show here, let me stir this one more time. And this has been about 7 or 8 minutes. It's got those kind of softened up. So I'm going to go ahead and put the garlic in. So the garlic is going to go in, and we're going to smush that around a little bit. Let that go for just a couple more minutes. We don't want the garlic to burn.
What is the origin of quiche?
I would think it's a French dish. Quiche is a French term, yeah. Okay, so now over here to the sink. Here we go.
Ginger says that TJ didn't race because his new engine is close to being finished. And yes, congrats to Trey.
Oh, okay, good deal. Well, I didn't know. I didn't see his name on the results. That's why I was asking. This is just a box of spinach. So now what I'm going to do, a couple of things here. I've already drained it through this little colander. I want to get all the moisture out. So I'm going to take this and just squeeze as much of the moisture out as I can. And I want to get as much of this as I can out of here. We don't want to waste any spinach. But anyway, squeeze all of that out. Then I'm going to put it on a towel. We're going to wrap it up. And I'm going to squeeze some more. I want to get just as much of that water out of there as I can because you don't want a soupy quiche.
No, you don't.
So now this comes out like in a hard ball. So that's what it comes out like. So we're pretty much water free. So I'm going to dump that in there. I'm going to rinse my hands off right quick.
Chad Haley is
by the way, while we're over here at the sink, come back to the sink, sweetie. I'm going to turn this off because this needs to now cool down. I don't want it scrambling my eggs.
What are we looking at here?
What?
What are we looking at?
I want to show everybody.
Okay.
Debbie and I are part of a project with our company. We have these new Optavia Active essential amino acids. And if you're not familiar with essential amino acids, they are essential to our lives. If you're over the age of 30, you lose 8% of your muscle every year just to atrophy. That's just part of growing. We lose 8% of our muscle. This helps to prevent that and regenerate that muscle. Now, if you're a gym rat and you're in the gym all the time and you're getting sore, you know how important essential amino acids are to you to help build those muscles and also to help those muscles recover more quickly. So we take these essential amino acids every day. These will be released in water in these cute little active blender bottles that we get. These will be released to the public sometime in September. But right now we're part of the test group that gets to try them out. And I tell you what, they make us feel so good. Mm-hmm. And of course we're past 30, so it's important for us to have those. All right, so I'm going to let this just kind of cool here for a little bit.
Cheryl Devine is watching.
Cheryl Devine, I hope you're doing divinely today, Cheryl. What'd you say?
I hope so too.
Yeah. All right, so now I'm going to use this as a poker more than a whisk for the moment.
Yeah.
Got to smooth this out and get it all going around. Again, we've got nutmeg, salt, and pepper in addition to our eggs and egg whites.
Nutmeg.
And a little bit of sour cream.
Who would have thunk it?
Just an eighth of a teaspoon of nutmeg. So we want this mixed in very, very well. So I'm just going to mix that spinach around in there so there's no extra nodules. And here's 2/3 of a cup of low fat, yeah, you can get it, low fat, sharp cheddar cheese. So that's going to go into the mix as well.
That's what makes it good.
Yeah. Cheesy, cheesy. Now, we're going to take this and scoop this in here. And again, I want to kind of put this in easily as I do it. I want to mix it around and kind of temper it. You know, we don't want our eggs to scramble.
Right.
Yeah. So we want to just temper that a little bit as we put it around in there. And I'm not doing a very good job of letting you see what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm just emptying out that skillet and putting that in here.
It's so pretty with the green and the red.
Well, look how pretty it is when it's completed.
It really is.
It's just a beautiful dish. Now, for those of you that are on our optimal 5-in-1 health plan, this is a 5-in-1. This would be your lean and green for the day. It has got all the necessary things. It's got your protein, your fats, your lean and green. It's got everything in it. So this is an approved 5-in-1 lean and green meal. By the way, if you are looking for a church home, we talked to some folks yesterday about that. If you're looking for a church home, we'd love to have you in our class at Ebenezer. We would love to have you just in our services. I think you get a blessing out of it, and Debbie and I have grown to just love that church. Been there about 12, 13 years now. Been there a while. But we love it more every day, and the church is expanding and growing, and we would love for you to be part of it.
Cherie is watching.
Hey, Cherie. Of course, Cherie's always watching.
And Ginger Edwards says this is perfect for Christmas brunch because it's so pretty.
You know, Ginger, this is a great brunch item. Yeah. I've got my oven at 375 degrees, and we put that in. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to put it in for 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to check it in 20, but I'm going to let it go 25 probably because I want it to poof up and get good. See how good and sturdy
firm is what you want.
Okay, so now we are going to, I think I want to use this spatula. I don't want to mess my pan up. So I'm going to take this spatula. This is a fish spatula. And if you know anything about fish, hey, Lebo.
And Tina Butts.
Tina Butts. I knew Tina would be watching.
I know.
Yeah, this is a good one for Tina. Tina, we got to fix this one night for our Sunday school class. Pardon me, our life groups class.
That's
yes,
right.
Pardon. Okay, we're going to put that on a pretty red plate. So we're going to plate this up right here, and we get 2 nice pieces of this as a serving.
You're going to put hot sauce on yours, aren't you?
I am going to put hot sauce on mine. So, sweetheart, there is yours. And I tell you what, I want to do one more little thing.
You're being very ambitious with this plating my food up tonight.
Well, yeah. And I'm going to do something else just for you, sweetie pie.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to take some of this great quality foods. Just sprinkle a little more extra cheese around there, just for fun, just to make it look pretty.
Just for fun.
Yeah. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the quiche. We're going to set the timer on this at 24 minutes now because I don't want this to run over. I may forget. So there we go. If you'd like to be part of our health group, we have just lost so much weight, and eating things like this has done it. You know, you don't lose weight in the gym. You go to the gym to firm up muscles and to tone up. You lose weight in the kitchen through nutrition. And we provide the best nutrition plan there is. I'm convinced of that. So contact us if you want. No pressure. We'll just see if we're a good fit for you, and we would love to help you achieve your goals. We want to serve you. See you next week on the Healthy Happy Hour.
Don't forget Quality Foods.
Oh, I mentioned Quality Foods already, but they are our sponsor, Town Plaza Shopping Center in Tacoma. Almost all this stuff came from Quality Foods. You can find your greatest things there. Look at these massive rutabagas. I told you Debbie's having tummy troubles. We've learned that rutabagas mashed are just as good as mashed potatoes. So she's going to have some mashed rutabagas, which is going to be healthy. And it's going to protect her tummy coming up in a little while.
We hope.
We'll see you tomorrow night. Thursday night on the Champ Racing Show. Tune in for that. Also, Your Life Matters, Sunday night. That's becoming a very important program. Our 3rd episode's coming up. For all this on YouTube, also check us out on the Healthy Happy Hour on YouTube. Life Matters on YouTube.